Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, as you can see from the title, today we are going to be going over some fantastic news that we did get from DSG Global. Now, they go by ticker symbol DSGT, and they have been on fire today. If you do go back out to the day, we can see that they are currently up about 27% and still climbing. This stock is absolutely taking off. So with that being said, what in the world is going on? Why is DSG Global climbing so much? Was there any news? We're going to be going over all of that today. Now, if you do want to stay as up to date as possible about your favorite stocks, as well as have access to all of my trades, my trade portfolio, and again, early access to the content in which I'm going to be talking about in these videos, definitely consider heading over to my Patreon, as this is where all of that information is where that's where I provided, and I'm fully transparent about every single trade and every move that I make. Now, we did run out of spots in the first tier, but we do still have these other tiers here, and we do have a few more under this one, but these two are slowly starting to diminish as well. So if you do want to get in on that, now is definitely the time, as I do believe that this could be a fantastic opportunity for anyone involved. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's jump straight into it, and let's see what is going on with DSG Global, ticker symbol DSGT. Well, as we can see here, we did get some fantastic news today saying that DSG Global enters negotiations for U.S. manufacturing and assembly facilities for its electric vehicle products. So we get a quote from Bob Silzer, who is the president and CEO of DSGT, and he says that we are vigorously pursuing plans to open our first two facilities to assemble our electric vehicles. We are also working on setting up dealership partnerships across the U.S. in preparation for the launch of EV sales. So again, just basically what this is right here is something that we have talked about before. So they're not really trying to open up dealerships themselves that they will sell their vehicles from. What they're trying to do is partner up with dealerships to provide their vehicles to the dealerships so the dealerships can then sell their cars. Now, again, I did say that I really do like that business model, as they don't have to really go through the hassle of dealing with each individual consumer and having to deal with maybe like financing the cars and all of that different stuff for each individual person, whereas they can just provide maybe in bulk to dealerships, and if that that original order does do well, then the dealership may order more and more, etc. So again, I do believe that that is super important, and I'm glad that they are finally in the progress of setting up some of these dealership partnerships, as I do believe that this is obviously going to be a very important aspect of their business. Now, we did get a quote here from William J. Rex saying that opening our first U.S. manufacturing and assembly facility will be a major milestone for the company. Assembling vehicles in America creates needed jobs and assures our customers the great quality expected from our products. Now, if you are not sure who William J. Rex is, he is again the president of the EV bus and motor home division of the company's Imperium Motor Company subsidiary. Now, having founded Rexall Industries Inc., a once publicly traded manufacturer of RV and distributor of buses, coaches, and chassis imported from Asia, Rex has been involved in vehicle manufacturing and sales since 1987. Now, we have talked about him in a previous video, so if you do want more information about him, definitely go check him out, but he has loads of experience. Now, again, we did get a quote from Silzer saying that one of the opportunities we are targeting is in Olympia, Washington, less than 200 miles from our corporate headquarters. In addition to Washington State's business-friendly tax code, this facility would provide further benefits as it is located on the Nisqually Indian Tribes Reservation. Now, we are going to go ahead and talk about it a little bit further, but if you do understand business, you know that having facilities put up on Indian reservations definitely has a lot of perks that can come with it, as there's little discounts and there's certain things that you can do, like special treatment basically, that you'll receive if you are there, which could be a very, very good thing for a company such as this one. So following that, we did get a quote from Michael Mason saying that we are excited about the possibility of establishing DSGT's assembly plants on our property. Not only do we have a strategic location near a major interstate highway and a ready workforce, we very importantly also are a U.S. General Service Administration contractor, which means this is important, which means that we can assist in helping DSG Global sell EV buses, trucks, and other vehicles through the GSA program to the federal government. So this is very important, because if we think back to the news that we did receive a few days ago, it said here that DSG Global's Imperium Motors can now offer made in USA products and bid on government EV contracts with WMI numbers assigned by National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So now, not only does this open up some doors, they also have this going for them. If they are capable of working with the Nisqually Indian tribe, this is going to allow them to even further provide and sell some of their vehicles to the federal government and receive even more federal government contracts. So these are multiple opportunities, and it seems like so many doors are opening for this company that I really do believe that we are about to see their overall consumer base and revenue increase dramatically on the finishing of some of these deals. Now, this is not the only benefits that we see coming from working with the Nisqually Indian tribe. It says here that the Nisqually Indian tribe has working relationships with the Department of Defense and Joint Base Lewis McChord, which is located next to the reservation. Working with the Nisqually and neighboring tribes, we also would be able to pursue grant opportunities that could help us to further accelerate our growth plans. Now, property located on tribal lands is subject to special rules for accelerated depreciation, potentially providing long-term cost savings. So these are some of those benefits benefits that I was talking about earlier. So not only is working with this tribe going to allow them to even potentially work with the government, sell to the federal government, and also provide them with potential grant opportunities, it also, again, gives them accelerated depreciation and, special rules that could potentially provide long-term cost savings. There are so many wins associated with this potential finishing of this agreement. Now, there are additional benefits available in the form of direct tax credits related to the hiring of tribe members on tribal land, referred to as the Indian Employment Credit. Employers may gain a tax credit for employer expenses towards the first $20,000 of wages of healthcare benefits paid to an employee who is also a tribe member. So that's even another benefit that comes from this. As we can see here, this is a very strategic and amazing idea coming from DSG Global, as I do believe that this, working with this tribe, could be fantastic for the company going into the future, because this is still a relatively new company. We don't want to see them taking on too many expenses. We don't want to see them taking on too many challenges at once, as they are still growing out their company. And so working with the tribe, we're getting their property on tribal land and doing all of this stuff that opens up so many opportunities, opens so many doors. It not only allows them to have connections, but their connections are going to allow them even more connections. And I'm very excited to see how this all does branch out for this company, as I'm expecting it to be fantastic for DSG Global. Now, one little sneak peek that they did give us right at the very end here says that DSGT is also exploring a potential manufacturing and assembly facility with active negotiations underway in the Midwest. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do get news about this sometime soon with an update. So that is definitely something to take a look for. Again, as we did see, this stock has been absolutely flying since the announcement of this news. It has not had the best month, or honestly the best 4 or 5 weeks, but I'm expecting that news like this is slowly starting to change the momentum. We did see the great news, obviously, again a few days ago, and with this, I really do believe that this company is finally starting to catch its stride, and I would not be surprised to really see it start to take off. If you guys do want to be updated on all of my trades, if you do want information about what trades I'm going to be making and what plays I'm going to be, look at that, just jumped up to 37%. If you do want updates fully on everything that I will be doing, again, go ahead, head to the link in my description, as it'll bring you over to my Patreon, where I provide them with all of this information. Again, I do post 2 to 3 times every single day, and I cannot wait to see you all next time. Peace.